Hills, Executive Director at the Safe House of Southeast Missouri. They have their annual luncheon coming up where they recognize people who do wonderful things, and, of course, they eat. Hi, Jessica.
Good morning, Fawn.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So, Safe House of Southeast Missouri, somebody called right after you got off the air and explained why you did the name change, and then they asked me, why'd they do the name change? I was like, oh, I'm going to beat my head on the wall, but the walls have, like, soft cushion on them, so I won't hurt myself. I'm in a padded room, Jessica. That's basically what I'm in. It's for soundproofing, I think. Okay, so it's because women aren't the only ones who go through physical and verbal and mental abuse. They need somewhere to go to escape that crazy witch that they're with sometimes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And yes, about 98% of the adults that we serve are women. Domestic violence is definitely a women's issue, but there are male victims of domestic violence, and they, as you just said, they need someplace to go to. Sometimes they have custody of their children, and they need a safe place for their kids to go. And so we've had dads with kids in our shelter. As I mentioned, I think the last time we talked, we have a separate bedroom on our main floor with its own bathroom where a man or a dad could be safe with his kids until he can get back up on his feet like all of our clients do.
As well you should, because we got to include them. All right, so you've got your luncheon coming up. Where are you having it?
It's at the Century Casino Event Center, and it is on Thursday, August 28th. We started having this event way back in 2014 because there's just so many people in the community who do help us every year, and we wanted to recognize them. That's
awesome. So I'm guessing that the casino's doing the food, right?
They are. I think that it's a wonderful. We always do not the lunch menu, but the dinner menu, and have a really nice luncheon with them.
Crazy good food. All right, so it's at 11:30. How do people get tickets?
So you can go to our Facebook page, which is Safe House of SE Missouri, and there's a post pinned to the top of our page that will link you to Eventbrite. You can also go to our website, which is cmosafehouse.org. Again, right at the top of our homepage, there's a link to the Eventbrite where you can get your tickets online, or just go straight there. The link is safehouseluncheon2025.eventbrite.com.
Okay.
You can get individual tickets or a table for 8.
So tickets are $30, and what happens? I mean, you get to eat, obviously, but there's a program.
That's right. So we do present awards. We have 5 businesses and individuals receiving Distinguished Service Awards. This year, Steve Southard from Layton and Southard, the law firm, is receiving an award, as well as Area Properties Management, who does great work with our transitional housing program, helping people move from our shelter into their own apartments.
So cool.
Grace Church is being recognized. They do a lot of great things for our shelter, including providing meals. They actually cook for the whole shelter and bring meals for us, which is a wonderful thing. Also, First State Community Bank in Jackson, they come to our shelter and do financial literacy classes and teach about budgeting and things like that, which is just an amazing opportunity for our clients as they move out onto their own to be sure they're on good financial footing. Boulder Construction, we can't say enough about all the things they've done for us. They donate so much of their time and service, keeping our shelter and our outreach office and thrift store running and well-maintained. So it's really a great group of people, and we're excited to share about all the good things that they've done. And then the other thing we do is we do want to report back to our community about the work that we've done. How many people have we served? How many hotline calls and nights of shelter and all of those kinds of things, so that people know that when they support us, we're putting that money to good use right here in Cape Girardeau, and they can trust that we're doing what they expect us to do to help people who've experienced domestic violence.
I just love it, and while you were naming off these people and what they did, I sat here in kind of wonder, because we don't think about stuff like that. We just think it's a place to stay. We don't think about all the little intricate things that go into keeping it as a positive experience instead of just a place to hide, because when they leave, that's the scariest night of their life.
Absolutely it is. And, we work with our local law enforcement to keep people safe, but it is a scary time, and it's proven to be a dangerous time when people do actually leave and make that transition to our shelter. But you're right, like, the Safe House we are totally community-based. We are our own private nonprofit organization with our own board made up of people from right here in Cape, and we really rely on the community in Cape, Bollinger, Scott County for so many things, and they come through for us, which is incredible. And so, whatever we can do to show our appreciation for them, we want to do it.
Yeah. So things don't run themselves. They don't clean themselves. They don't mow themselves. They don't trim their own trees. Don't trim themselves. Food doesn't cook itself. And women who are in abusive situations, or men sometimes, but it's usually women, and oftentimes they're not allowed to know what the bills are. They don't have access to the money. They don't. Some of the movies you see, that's real.
It is. There have been some really accurate portrayals of domestic violence in the last few years, which is great because that is helping people to see what the reality is and what the challenges are that someone who finds themselves in a DV situation, is really like. And you're exactly right. I mean, you know it so well, Fawn, but you're exactly right about not having access to funds and so feeling trapped in a situation. So that's one of the big things that we're trying to help people do is get jobs or job training. And again, to be sure that they have a safe and sustainable place to live, how to take care of their kids, transportation, childcare, all those things.
Yeah, I just always remember the night that I left, what happened that night, and I look back on it, and I just think, I'm so angry that my children saw that. I'm just so angry and saw everything that led up to it. I didn't need a shelter. I had somewhere to go, and I made my own money. So I can't even imagine being in a situation where you have nowhere to go.
Right. Yeah. And and the abuser wants you to think you have nowhere to go, and so that's one of the things that we really, if any opportunity we have, just like this morning, there could very well could be somebody listening this morning who finds themselves in a situation and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And that's why we have our 24-hour hotline and, ways to reach us at any point, and a text line so that we can reach people and they can, and start getting them on the path to getting safe. And it's also why we have so much children's programming, and because, people bring their children into the shelter with us. We know that they've experienced things. We want to make sure that they have counseling and they have the support that they need as well.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I left with my cat, my kids, and my microwave. I was taking one stinking thing out of that house. I didn't care. I didn't care what it was. The microwave was mobile. All right. So
what? As long as we have you, we will take care of the rest.
Right.
We will.
I'm sure you have a microwave there, but I didn't know if there was one where I was going. All right. August 28th, 11:30. That's a Thursday at Century Casino Event Center. Everyone knows where that is. If you don't, it's on Main Street by the river. Just get in your car and go north, and you'll bump into it. Jessica Hill, Executive Director. Good luck with your annual luncheon and award ceremony. I hope you sell out, and I hope everybody continues to donate to your time and efforts because it is very worthwhile. You're changing lives. Jessica, thank you.
So much fun. Thanks. We really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.